What is up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Word to Mace. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to the channel. And as you can see on the banner below, this is our final. This is our final Mock Draft Monday stream. Mock Draft Monday, the finale. That's what we call it today. We call it today Mock Draft Monday, the finale. Mock Draft Monday, the finale. So go ahead, tell a friend, come join us in the war room for one last time. Come join us in the war room for one last time. Time to come chop it up with you guys. And I ain't going to be in here too long. And I got a good reason why. I got a great reason why, actually. I got a great reason why. The group chat boys are back at it again tonight. We're actually doing a mock draft stream or our mock draft. I'm not sure if it's a stream or if it's a live. But the group chat boys are doing their mock draft. I'm going back into the war room later tonight with my boy Rio Robinson, with Tay and Todd Podcast, my guy Zach, my guy Alex. You know how we do. We cutting up in the war room. You know, that's when I won my Emmy Award-winning Ron Rivera performance a couple of years ago when I hit him with the guys. So that's what I'll be doing after tonight's stream. So it's everything Washington Commanders today. It's everything Washington Commanders, and I wouldn't want it any other way. So tell a friend, come join us in the war room. Like I said, we ain't spending too much time. I'm going to be in here for about an hour. I'm about to play Black Adam, Word to the Rock. I'm about to play Black Adam as we cut up in the war room for one last time. Guys, it is draft week. It is draft week. The draft is finally here. How we feeling? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Yo, what up, bro? 3 days away. 3 days away. 3 days away. I'm super hyped. 3 days away. I'm super hyped. Smash that like button for your boy. Shout out to you, Charles. You've been holding it down on the draft streams all draft season, all off season. Couldn't have done it without you guys. Couldn't have done it without Charles. Couldn't have done it without my boy Sean. What's up, Sean? Time to cut up in the war room. I'm about to put the mask on for one last time playing Black Adam. Word to Adam Peters. Bird to the Rock. I'm super excited. CT, what's up, my boy? How are you? We in the war room for one last time. It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet, but I promise you, I'm gonna be live more during the course of the off season chopping it up. Matter of fact, while we wait for a couple of more people to join us in the war room before we get started, y'all let me know what other type of content y'all want to see over the course of the off season. As far as like live streams and stuff. I didn't do a mock draft Monday stream last week. I hope you guys actually checked out that video that I did in place of the mock draft Monday stream for last week, where we actually looked at Bleeding B&G's my 5 favorite prospects for Washington at 29. Hope you guys got a chance to check out that video. That video did decent numbers, but we can always do better numbers. On the road to 3,000 subscribers. Tell a friend, not only join us in the war room, but go ahead, hit that subscribe button. What's good, bro? Last one. I enjoyed it every week, bro. Thanks. Tracy, I couldn't have done it without you. Like I said, while we cutting it up in the room, y'all let me know what other type of live streaming content y'all want us to do over here at Bleeding B&G over the course of the off season. As I said, we're going to be in here for about an hour, but around 9 o'clock tonight, me and my group chat boys, Rio Robinson, to go to the Commanders content at this point. I gotta give credit where it's due. Tay and Todd Podcast, we're cutting it up. We're cutting up over there. We're actually going to do our annual mock draft. If you guys have to check that up, y'all check that out. Y'all know we cut up over there with the mock drafts and things like that. I told you I put on the glasses a couple years ago, gave me a little finger wave, and put on my best Ron Rivera. Guys that I can ever give. Like it get crazy in the war room sometimes. And I wanted to get crazy in the war room again today. You and Rio need to do some collabs. Hey, CT, Rio, my boy. I don't know if y'all will believe. I talk to Rio every day. That's my boy. We actually came up around the same time. He started a little before me. But at the beginning, when we started around 2021, we've been at this thing for a little minute. But when we started this thing in 2021, me and Rio was doing videos like every week. As he's, gotten as big as he is, and my channel has started to, rise on its own. We started to drift away from doing the content, but It's crazy that you said that because not only we gonna be doing the group chat mock draft, but if you guys have ever checked out or you've been a Day One Bleeding BNG supporter, you know every year me and Rio do our annual mock draft where we actually predict the first 32 picks, every pick in the first round. So we're going to be back at that, and that's on Wednesday, and I believe that one is a live stream. So if you support my guy Rio, and if you support me, go ahead and check out his channel because my face is going to be all over that channel for the next couple of days. I got to pimp a couple of his subscribers, bro. I got to pimp off a couple of Rio subscribers, bro, at 18K. Bro, at 18K. That's my man. I'm super proud of him. But guess what? Can I get the 3? Can I get the 3K? I'm trying to quit my job, bro. I'm trying to quit my job, make this YouTube money. So go ahead and tell a friend, hit that subscribe button. But we ought to go ahead and join the war room. I'm liking the numbers that I'm seeing in the war room right now. 7-round mock draft. I'm still going to give you guys the 2 iterations, the 2 versions, because I think there's a very realistic chance of both of these outcomes happening come Thursday. You guys know that we do the draft party over there with the group chat boys. And I got a feeling that we might be leaving that draft party hella disappointed around 12:15 a.m. And the reason that I say that is that we're going to be spending all Thursday night of anticipation. Like, I'm going to be full off chicken wings. I'm going to be full off fucking chicken wings. Niggas talking about making ribeye steaks. I'm going to be full as hell. And I feel like we might not make a pick. We might trade out of 29 and trade out of the first round. And so I'm going to give you guys a version of that with this mock draft where we actually trade back. And then, there's another realistic outcome that a couple of it ain't too many blue chip prospects in this draft. I mean, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I know that's been regurgitated through a lot of the national media, and I don't mean to be like a redundant talking head, but it ain't a lot of blue chip talent. But if we get a player that fits our needs, boundary corner, edge setting defensive end, right? Like a more well-rounded defensive end rather than just like a pass rush specialist. I could very well see us making that pick at 29. So before we start the actual draft, come on, Az, what we doing? Az ain't trying to let me be great. I know the reaction videos, the Az be trying to hold us down. Just want to talk about the Rich Hill model, the Rich Hill trade model. Every team in the war room, they use their own version of a trade value chart. The Rich Hill one, the Jimmy Johnson, a couple of other ones are popular. But the way that the trade value chart works is that each pick starting at 1.1, the number 1 overall pick that the Tennessee Titans hold, is worth a certain amount of points, with the 1 overall pick being worth 1,000 points, and then it descends after that, with number 2 being worth 717, number 3 being worth 514, et cetera, all the way until the last pick in the draft. So with the Washington Commanders holding pick 29, that pick is essentially based off of the Rich Hill trade value chart. That pick is essentially worth 202 points. So the way that a trade will work, or the way that teams use these trade value charts to help them gauge how much capital, how many assets they should give up for a trade, is that hypothetically, if I was looking to move up in the first round, I could couple my 29 pick and my pick 61, which is worth 202 points and 86 points, respectively. If I add those, they make a cumulative total of about 288 points. So that will put me around the range of being able to trade up with, the Arizona Cardinals, who are worth about 305 points at pick 16, the Cincinnati Bengals, who are worth 296 points at pick 17, and the Seattle Seahawks and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are worth 287 points at pick 18 and 278 points with pick 19, respectively. So I ain't really looking to trade up, but if it happens, if Mike Green is still on the board at 18, I might be doing the primetime shuffle down to the podium. I ain't even gonna hold you. Scandals and all. We seen what them scandals did for Micah Parsons. I would take a Micah Parsons any day of the week. I'm sorry. Not sorry. But yeah, we're gonna give you 2 versions, 2 iterations of the mock draft. We're gonna look to trade back in the first one. We actually gonna look to trade back in the first one. Come join us in the war room. We're about to get started. The last one. I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm about to cry. The last mock draft Monday of the year. But we had bittersweet trade back version of the final mock draft iteration of the 2025 draft season. Let's get it. Cam Ward goes 1, Abdul Carter goes 2, Travis Hunter 3, Mason Graham 4, Will Campbell 5, Will Johnson 6, Armand Membu. And let's pause it. First 11 picks with Tyler Warren going to the 49ers, Ashton Jeanty going to the Bears at 10. I know they would love that in real life. Ben Johnson gets him another stud running back. Ted McMillan goes to the Saints at 9, Kelvin Banks Jr., Armand Membu. Looks like PFN has updated their rankings as well. Will Campbell to the Jags at 5. That's probably the chalkiest pick of all time. If I see another mock draft with Will Campbell being projected to go to the whoa, what happened to my screen? What happened to my screen? We about to be back. Give me 1 second. I'm not sure what happened, but we about to get back. Technical difficulties. You know, this ain't a multi-billionaire production over here. That's why, you know, y'all had to use the Get the Gab and talk to you guys through it. But we back at it like a crack addict. So like I said, first 11 picks, Tyler Warren goes 11. I already ran through it, so if you was following along, you already know what it is. Shedeur Sanders still on the board. Jalon Walker still on the board. Shamar Stewart still on the board. Matthew Golden, Mike Green, Colston Loveland. So we still got some studs on the board. We still got some studs on the board. No Diddy, but without further ado, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Michael Williams goes to the Cowboys. Fuck. Shamar Stewart to the Cardinals, the edge rusher. Shedeur Sanders to the Seahawks. I've been saying all draft season that Shedeur Sanders ain't nothing but Geno Smith with a rollie. So him going to the Seattle Seahawks as Geno's successor makes a lot of sense. Shedeur Sanders ain't nothing but Geno Smith with a rollie and a rock song. That don't mean he's a bad player. Geno don't suck. Josh Simmons, Nick Scouton goes to the Ravens. All right. We're on the clock, and the phone is ringing. We have 3 trade offers. So the first trade offer is the Cleveland Browns offering pick 33 and pick 94 for pick 29 and pick 245. So we essentially keep the same amount of picks, but we would be swapping pick 245 for pick 94. That's moving up, 150 spots? Not too bad at that offer to move back 4 spots. Not too mad at that offer. Kansas City's offering pick 31 and second rounder in 2026's draft for pick 29 and pick 128. While that trade package might excite me in real life, I'm looking to make as many picks as possible in this year's draft. And y'all know what I say about the future picks. Y'all not gonna remember this stream a year from now. Y'all not gonna remember this stream in 2026. So fuck them future picks. Word to Les Snead. Fuck them future picks. And then the last trade package is the Miami Dolphins offering a 2026 second and pick 48 for our 2029 or our 2026 seventh, as well as pick 29. So there's a couple of very intriguing offers on the board. The Cleveland Brown one is probably the most enticing. So because that would now give me 3 picks in the top 100 as opposed to 2, and then 4 picks in the top 128 as opposed to 3. I'm not too mad at that deal. Shedeur, Kirk Cousins, Brown trade. You feeling the Brown trade too, Tracy? You feeling the Brown trade? I'm feeling the Brown trade as well. Come join us in the chat. We in the war room. Y'all can't be quiet in the war room. We'll kick you out like Dan Snyder. Come join us in the chat and let me know what we thinking. What we thinking here? What are we thinking here? What are we thinking here? What are we thinking here? I'm liking the Browns trade, like Tracy said. I'm liking the Browns trade. Let me see if I can, because if I'm offering with Kansas City, I don't really love them future picks, but I can see if I can counter, because I would only be moving back 2 picks, but then a second rounder from Kansas City, that might be in the back. We know that's going to be in the back of the second round. I ain't even about to fool myself. But then I'm giving up pick 128. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to do that. And I can always move back again because I'm looking to accumulate more picks, to be honest with you. Because the Browns trade is the most enticing deal on the table. But I don't get like more picks. I don't get more picks except the Browns trade. Except y'all spamming the chat. Y'all spamming the chat. Except the Browns trade. All right, bet shit. All right, bet. I'm about to accept the Browns trade, bro. Chill. I'm about to accept the Browns trade, bro. Chill. Let's see. We can counter. Let's see if Kansas City is willing to give us pick 63 in this year's draft, and we give up 128. Let's see that, because then that deal will ultimately be better than the Browns deal. Let's propose that. All right, that one was rejected. All right. But guess what? I'm thirsty. Ask any of my exes. I'm thirsty. So we're gonna go ahead and holler at the Chiefs again. We're gonna holler at the Chiefs again. We're gonna change that 2026 second to pick 66. And we give up pick 29 and pick 128. If they decline in that, I'm going to Cleveland like LeBron. I'm going back to Cleveland like LeBron did. All right, that one was rejected too. And Cleveland was offering pick 94. Who do the Chiefs think they are, bro? Who the fuck do the Chiefs think they are, bro? So we might have to just go ahead with this Browns trade. I tried. We about to see who on the board, Sean. But remember, this iteration of the mock draft, we have the sole intention of trading back. We're gonna do another one where we take best player available. But for this iteration, this version of the mock draft that we're doing first, we have the sole intention of trading back. And since the Chiefs left me hanging like the girl I asked for actually go to prom in the senior year, I might have to go ahead and take this Cleveland Browns deal. So we're gonna go ahead and accept the Cleveland Browns deal and move back 4 picks, but then get another pick that's 150 spots better. So yeah, that math crazy, ain't it? So let's go ahead and do it. All right, so we got the first pick in the second round now. Our phone's ringing again. The Buffalo Bills offering pick 56, pick 62, and pick 109 for pick 33 and pick 128. So we get more picks, but we have to move back about 23 picks. We get 1 extra pick, but we have to move back about 23. The New England Patriots. All right. I think we got a banger, boys. New England Patriots offer pick 38 and pick 77 for the Commanders pick 33. What we thinking here? We got a banger here? Yes to the pass trade. I accumulate 1 more pick. Bill Belichick definitely not in that front office, them giving up a package like that. We did trade back, so we can see who's on the board, Sean. We can definitely see who's on the board because we already got our trade in. So Walter Nolan's still on the board. Omarion Hampton, Josh Connerly, Luther Burden, Kenneth Grant, Tyleek Williams, some of the top running backs. Omarion Hampton. So Ashton Genty's the only running back that's off the board at this point. Luther Burden, Trey Harris, Jalen Noel, Mason Taylor, Hill Fanning Jr., Terrence Ferguson, some of the top edge defenders that are still on the board. And this is why I'm saying that we might need to look and entertain the trade back. All the top edges off the board. This would be a fucking nightmare come Thursday. This would be a goddamn nightmare if this actually happened on Thursday. Not even gonna lie to you. Because at this point, y'all know I like Landon Jackson. I like Landon Jackson a lot, and I think that he can be a fit here just for his all-around game. But he's a clear drop-off from like the top 5 edges. He's not a Michael Williams. He's not a Mike Green. He's not a Donovan Azaraku. Let's look at the corners. Shavar Ravel still on the board. Maxwell Harrison, Azariah Thomas. I think we take that Pats trade, boy. What we think? I think we take that Pats trade. Take that. Word to Diddy. Take that. Yeah, Pats, but it's it. Yeah, take that trade. Tracy, you my man, but you hate trading back, bro. You be antsy as shit. You be antsy as shit on the clock. You be ready to make. I feel it though. I feel it though, because that's how I'm gonna be come Thursday. I'll be ready as hell to make a pick. But we're gonna go ahead and take that Patriots offer. Take one more pick, move back 7. Top edges off the board, so I think it makes a lot of sense. And now we can pick. The Bills came back, and the Bills, hey, they a little, hey, they don't give up easy, do they? The Bills don't give up easy, do they? Do they? They got a little stalker tendency in them. All right, we're gonna reject all these trades though. And we're gonna make a pick. Best players on the board. We picking at pick 38. This is our first pick. Josh Connolly, Kenneth Grant, Tyleik Williams, Travion Henderson, Siobhan Ravel, Maxwell Harrison. Y'all know I'm not a huge fan of Maxwell Harrison. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a Commanders content creator. He does give me some Emmanuel Forbes vibes, where he doesn't play with a lot of technique. Trust his athleticism. And at 116 pounds, like, you gotta be the Olympic decathlon winner to be like that athletic, to not be a deficiency or to be a fucking liability, to be 100% honest with you. Best players on the board: Josh Connolly, Kenneth Grant, Tyleik. I'm liking Tyleik Williams here, but I honestly think at pick 38, Travion Henderson wouldn't be a reach. It's draft season, so we try and be as realistic as possible. And I think Travion Henderson is the best fit amongst all these guys that's on the board right now. So we're going to go back-to-back running backs off the board, with Omarion Hampton going off the board to the Raiders at 37. And we're going to go Travion Henderson at pick 38, and then we pick again at pick 61. How y'all feel about that pick? Travion at pick 38. Nah, I feel you, bro. I'm trolling. You know I'm messing. You be ready to make them picks, though. I ain't mad at it. That's how I'm going to be on Thursday. Henderson. Yeah, I ain't overthinking, bro. That's why I need you in the war room. Henderson. I must have made the war room happy. I must have made the chat happy. I made the war room happy with that Henderson pick. Straight with that. Yes, sir. Love it. Yes, sir. We walked away with Travion Henderson come Friday night. I'm doing the Dougie. Word to John Wall. All right, so we're back on the board. We're back on the clock, at pick 61. And we have a trade offer. But before we check out the trade offer, let's look at some of the names that just went off the board. Kyle Williams, goddamn dog, went off the board at 60. I don't know if I love that fit with the Detroit Lions. Him and Amon-Ra's game. He wins downfield a little more than Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra's a slot merchant. Darian Porter to the Ravens. Ooh, that's sneaky. Tyleik Williams falls all the way to 58 to the Texans. Azareye'h Thomas, 57 to the Panthers. Omar Norman Lott, 56 to the Bills. So we got some good players on the board still. Good players. The top players are still available. Kenneth Grant, Caleb Johnson, TJ Sanders, Darius Alexander, Quinshon Judkins. Darius Alexander would honestly be a steal. I know he's a little old. I know he's going to need his AARP card in about 6 months, but that's the same thing for Darian Porter. And I honestly think that defensive tackles age better than cornerbacks. So I would be much more comfortable taking Darius Alexander than a guy like Darian Porter. Because even though he about 29 years old, that 9.17 raw athletic score, it don't lie. So this is what I'm going to do, because the Kansas City Chiefs, they offer a decent package with us moving back 2 picks, with them offering pick 63 and a future 5th for pick 61. So y'all know I'm pissed right now. They done left me at the altar twice, so I really don't want to work with Andy Reid. Who is it? Brett Veach, Mike Veach in there with the Kansas City Chiefs. I really don't want to work with these boys, but I'm going to go ahead and counter that and see if they're willing to give me a 2025 5th rounder. Is that around pick 133? Matter of fact, I'll take pick 226, but I gotta try my hand. They're gonna reject that. All right. So let's see if they want to. Because at this point, I'll just accumulate. Shit, I just rejected it. I just rejected the trade offer. So now we're gonna have to pick. Shit, we're gonna have to pick. But honestly, taking pick 226 probably didn't move me enough anyway. I'm honestly looking at Darius Alexander here. But I would feel like we would be chasing edge at that point. Princely, I'm not even gonna do that to your last name, bro. I ain't even gonna disrespect your parents like that. Princely, yeah. He's rated at number 61 on PFN's big board, so we would get the exact value that we're looking for. Braden Swinton is a guy that it was a story going around that he was carrying a Commanders football around to like pre-draft visits, and they asked him why, and they were like something about him dreaming it, or somebody told him he needed to chase his dreams or some shit like that, some corny shit like that. But it was a nice story. Wide receivers is still Jalen Royals. Y'all know how I feel about Jalen Royals. And honestly, it's coming down to him and Darius Alexander. Jalen Royals or Darius Alexander. Let me check the chat. I'm just giving y'all those two options. Don't give me any other names. Darius Alexander or Jalen Royals. Where we going? We showing up the defensive line, or we getting Jaden some help? Look at the CBs and the Eagles. Is Femi there? Nah, Femi's off the board. Michigan man, DT. Femi off the board. Or did I overlook Femi? Femi off the board. Or am I tripping? Yeah, Femi's off the board, gang. Femi's rising up the draft board, y'all. Don't be surprised if he's not there at pick 61. I just don't want to see the fan base do the most over the decision. You ain't understand. I feel you, Slime. I feel you. Go dynamic. Nah, I didn't say Jaden Higgins. I said Darius Alexander or Jalen Royals. We just went offense. We got Jaden some help. Royals. Higgins. Y'all like Higgins better than Jalen Royals? Like, it's a reason why Jalen Royals, I know he a big receiver and all that, but I can't pass up on Jalen Royals to draft Jaden Higgins just because he tall. Like, I can't. Jalen Royals is a better receiver in every facet of receiving. Or Darius Alexander. He'll be better valued than all of them. We got Jaden some help. Offense about to be like crazy. Come on, Mel. You see the vision. And remember, the edges already fell, and I'm not about to reach for one at 61. So are we going Royals or Alexander? I got more votes for Royals at this point. If you want Darius Alexander, speak now or forever hold your peace. You know ball. Remember, Lee. Remember, La. You know ball. Royals is better than Jaden Higgins. I'm not about to draft the worst wide receiver. If I'm going to take a wide receiver, I'm taking Jalen Royals. I'm taking the Prince. So Jalen Royals it is? All right, look back. Jalen Royals it is. Oh, my God. This offense is going to the fucking moon. Draft Jaden Daniels. If this is how the draft turns out this weekend, draft Jaden Daniels in your fantasy football leagues. Oh, my God. Travion Henderson, Jaden Daniels. Bow, bow, bow. Y'all seen that video of Stephon Diggs dancing in sexy red? Bow, bow, bow. I might have to do that if we draft Jalen Royals and Travion Henderson. I might have to hit him with a bow, bow, bow. I ain't gonna lie to you. Don't judge me. Offense about to be bonkers. Talk about it. You know what? You know how you compete with that Philadelphia Eagles defense? You put enough players on the field that they can't cover. I know they got some monsters, but you put enough, get the best defensive player available here. I feel you, Tracy. Tracy locked in. Tracy super locked in. I need a guy like Tracy in the war room. What you ain't like bow, bow, bow. Come on, bruh. Come on, y'all can't judge me if we leave. If we leave this weekend with Jalen Royals and Travion Henderson, I might have to hit y'all with one. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Don't watch the video. Don't watch the next video after that. You might get a bow, bow, bow. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right, pick 77. Back on the clock. The Atlanta Falcons are offering pick 78 and the 2026 full for pick 77 and the 2000 or pick 220 pick 205, excuse me. So we move back one pick, and then we give up a 6th rounder, I believe, for a future fourth. So we lose a pick this year. Not don't love that. Don't love that. Not gonna lie to you. I can counter, so we can counter here. Oh, we do have another offer. The Chargers are offering pick 86 and the 2026 third for pick 77 and pick 205. So I'm gonna go ahead and holler at the Falcons. Y'all know how I feel about future picks. Y'all not gonna remember the stream next year. Unless I got memories like fucking elephants, and that would be a little weird, to be 100% honest with you. But let's see the players on the board. I'm getting a little ahead of my skis. Caleb Johnson on the board. We got our running back. Alfred Collins on the board. Ozzie Trapillo. I don't think that the drop off between Darius Alexander and Alfred Collins is that big. Barrett Carter, Alec Ayomaner on the board. What edges on the board? Ashton Galoit. I like Ashton Galoit. I think we might be interested in Ashton Galoit as well. All around game. 975 raw athletic score. Talk about it. Ashton Galoit still on the board, but we might be able to get him at pick 94. The top corners on the board are Jacob Parrish, who I think that we might be interested in. But he's like a slot corner. Slotty. I said slotty, not the other one. I said slotty. You two don't. Denzel Burke, Zay Alexander, Noah Williams. Noah Williams is the name that's sticking out to me right now. And at pick 77. Honestly, he might go around the top 75 picks come Friday. But in terms of this board, I ain't gonna reach for him. So I feel like I could trade back one pick if the Falcons are willing to give up this year's fourth. Let's see. All right, bet. And they not. So do I still take the future pick? No, because then I'll lose another pick from this year. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're going to stay on the board. And we're going to make a pick. Alfred Collins. Are we looking at Alfred Collins here? I lost focus after we drafted. Hey, tell me about it. If we draft Jalen Royals and Travion Henderson, I'm going to be waist deep in Don Julio. I might buy some 1942. I'm not lying to you. Decline the Falcons. And did take Galoy. We taking Galoy here. Noah Williams or Ashton wouldn't be bad. Damn, I'm late. What have I missed? What's up, Jalen? Can't wait for you in Rio. That's coming Wednesday, George. You know, day one supporter. George ain't missed the Jalen and Stunning Rio draft. George ain't missed the Stunning Rio draft, and we coming with another banger on Wednesday. But George, we drafted Travion Henderson and Jalen Royals. Offense going to the moon so far. What the edges looking like? Ozzie, that's just like you, Charles. They're ready to adjust the trenches. I feel you. Ozzie, do we risk? I like the Galoy pick here. I like the Ozzie pick here. Is Ozzie going to be able to move in space as well as we going to need him to in this offense? I'm feeling like I need to shore up the trenches and draft Alfred Collins. He gives us something that we don't have outside of Eddie Goldman, who's, you know, at the end of his career, as far as like zero tech, one tech defensive lineman. And I think we're going to be playing with a lot of multiple fronts this year. So how are we feeling about the Ashton G? We going Ashton over Alfred Collins? I wouldn't be mad at the Ashton Galoy pick. We going Ashton here? Ashton or Alfred? Come on, talk to me. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Ashton or Alfred? You got one vote for Ashton. I got a couple votes for Ashton, to be honest. Ashton or Alfred? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, bet. So we going Galoy here? We going Galoy to 77? I mean, he's not too much of a reach. I think he's the 88th ranked player. Ashton G. Boom. I'm a lot more comfortable with drafting than now. Me too, George. Me too, George. Defense gonna figure it out. We do need some better players, but they figured it out last year. And I think we really got some elite coaching on that side of the board. So the War Room is saying Ashton Galoit fits the profile, fits what we need. 975 raw athletic score, has an all-around game. Ashton Galoit, come on down. Back on the clock at pick 94. First 3 picks so far. Travion Henderson, Jalen Williams, Ashton Galoit. How we feeling about my draft, chat? How we feeling about my draft, chat? What was you at, Mike, 5 seconds ago when I asked Collins or Galoit? Where were you at, Mike? You got that dial-up mic. Where was you at, Mike? What's up with all these trading back one spot picks? This pick is hella redundant. Nah. We're going to stay on the board and pick. All right. We see the trade. The Denver Broncos are trying to give up pick 95 and the 2026 fourth for pick 94 and the 2026 fifth. I might just take that trade off of like it's the right thing to do. Off of honor, to be 100% honest with you. Like that's a good trade to make. Y'all know how I feel about them future picks, but that's a good trade to make. You was taking a shot, bro. You was taking a shot because we drafted Travion Henderson and Jalen Williams. You ain't slick, Mike. You ain't slick. All right, so I might take that trade, moving back 1 pick. We need a cornerback. Denzel Burke, Zy Alexander, Noah Williams. I feel like I can get Noah Williams if I move back 1 pick. Defensive tackles, Joshua Farmer, Ty Robinson, Deion Walker. Damn, Deion Walker is falling down the boards like shit. CJ West. I'm honestly liking this group of defensive tackles, and I think that we can pass up one here if we go cornerback and get a decent player at pick 128. I'm honestly feeling that. The best players on the board are Lathan Ransom, Cameron Scatterboo, Gunnar Hill, Demetrius Knight Jr., Miles Frazier. Are we really going to go this whole draft without drafting a lineman? I know I got to give me a lineman at some point. I think Miles Frazier would be good in this role. in this role. Got us played with Jaden in the past. Robinson or Walker. We going Robinson or Walker, even though I drafted my edge. I got Galoit. 3 starters off rip. We know Galoit not starting over Payne and Newman and any other thing he's starting. I think Galoit more of a defensive end. I ain't even going to say he's like a stand-up edge. I think he has the capability of playing defensive end or edge, which is why I think he'd be a nice fit for this defense. I don't think he'll be competing with Payne and Newman. I think he's taking steps from Cleveland, Farrell, and the likes of that. We going CJ West here. We passing up on 3 defensive tackles for CJ West here, y'all. Y'all crazy. Denzel Burke is a steal at 94. I know he's coming off of a rough year, but he's a steal at 94. And he gives you that boundary corner that allows you to put Mikey Sanders still back in the inside. I know Noah Williams has got a lot of hype, but I don't know if he's better than Denzel Burke as a football player. I'm liking Miles Frazier here, y'all. Y'all got to check out Miles Frazier. I'm liking Miles Frazier here. Robinson or Walker, defensive tackle. What's your thoughts on Ransom? I think Ransom was a good college player. I don't know how good he'll be in the NFL, especially at the safety position. I know the hashes changed, the size of the hashes and things of that nature. I don't know if I think he's a little limited athletically. I think he like Landon Collins after the Achilles injury. Not the prospect that Landon Collins was. He's like Landon Collins after, a couple nicks and bruises. But I need to go ahead and hurry up and make a pick because we about to get in the chat in a couple of minutes. So Gunnar Hill would be a good pick here. Nah. I could definitely go other places. What's the other safeties on the board? I get a guy like Jonas Sanker. Yeah, I'm thinking Miles Frazier here. Short my offensive line. Yeah, we going Miles Frazier. We're going Miles Frazier here. Pick again at pick 128, so we got a while to go. We got a little while to go. We got a nice little while to go. So my picks so far: TreVeyon Henderson, Jalen Warriors, Ashton Gilloy, Miles Frazier. I got the boom. But ain't that what they say on TikTok? This drive got the boom. I got the boom. This drive got the boom for real. Damn, Fadil Diggs off the board. Fadil Diggs off the board. I got my edge, but I know I love me some Fadil Diggs. This is the Fadil Diggs fan club. Back on the board at pick 128. I filled a lot of needs. The only need that I haven't really filled right now is cornerback. And Noah Williams is off the board. I like Quincy Riley, though. I do like Quincy Riley. We bought him in for a couple of visits. Don't know if he can play the boundary like Noah Williams can. And honestly, that's a big loss. That's a big loss missing out on Noah Williams. So I might go to the defensive tackle position because I don't want to reach at corner and take Josh Farmer, former 5-star coming out of high school. I think he has a lot of potential to be tapped into. Yeah, I'm cooking. I'm cooking with grease. I'm cooking with high grease. No, CJ's good. CJ's good. I like Josh Farmer, and I knew somebody out of those 5 defensive tackles that were, on the board. I knew one of them was going to be available at 128, and it was Josh Farmer. CJ West is a good player, though. Don't think that I'm ever saying that. One more pick 205. Made 5 picks so far: TreVeyon Henderson, Jalen Warriors, Ashton Gilloy, Miles Frazier, Josh Farmer. How we feeling? How we feeling about this draft? Y'all need to go ahead and tell them hire me at Ashburn. Y'all know my drafts BOC. Y'all know I probably got the best drafts that you've seen in the community. And we got dudes, no shots. They be drafting every day. And still ain't made a mock draft better than mine. No shade. It is what it is, bro. All right, so we got one more pick in the first iteration, the trade back version, on the Mock Draft Monday finale. Once again, thank you guys for supporting. Best players on the board at pick 205: Keaton Crawford, Cam Jackson, Clay Webb, Riley Leonard. Haven't gotten a cornerback, so that's the first place I'm going to look. And it's a lot of ass. It's a lot of ass at corner. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's a lot of ass at cornerback. It's a lot of ass. Oh my God, it's a lot of ass at cornerback. It's a lot of ass at cornerback. Mello Dotson, BJ Adams, Jeremy Harris. We might just have to go Keaton Crawford here, call it a day. Mikey might just have to stay on the outside for 2025. Yeah, I think Keaton Crawford is going to be the best pick here. All right, so that rounds out the trade back iteration of, today's stream. TreVeyon Henderson, Jalen Warriors, Ashton Gilloy, Miles Frazier, Josh Farmer, Keaton Crawford. How are we feeling about this draft? Let me go ahead and take a picture so we can post it on social medias. If you're not following me on social media, what are you doing? Go ahead, hit that follow button at BleedingBNG on Instagram and X. Draft giving me A vibes. You see it. Is all Frazier gone? Yes, he is. Nothing. Whoa. Are you saying whoa to how ass that safety, that cornerback board was, Marvin? Because I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit. Yeah, a lot of ass at CV. No, that was a lot of ass. Whoa. Whoa. You right, Marvin. That was a little wild. Is it too late to pause? That was a little wild. That was a little insane. Is it too late to pause it? Pause it. We may as well get Jalen. At that point, if the draft fall out like this, I'm not a fan of getting Jalen Ramsey. I think he should move to free safety. But if the draft falls like this, yeah, we might have to call up. We might have to call up. Lord Brunson going to retweet and they say, hey, I know how I feel about Lord Brunson. Shout out Lord Brunson, man. Lord Brunson called himself a mountain of the man the other day. Niggas is crazy. Niggas is crazy. All right, let's go to our second version. Our final mock draft. Our final one. The best player available iteration on Mock Draft Monday, the finale. Our final one. I've enjoyed you guys chopping it up in the war room with me over the course of this year. I appreciate every last single one of you guys. Let's go out with a bang. No Diddy. We got Marvin on Diddy duty right now. We got Marvin on Diddy duty. Cam Wood. Abdul Carter 2. Travis Hunter 3. Armand Membu 4. Tyler Warren 5. Ashton Genty 6. Mason Graham 7. Will Campbell 8. Will Johnson 9. Ted McMillan. Malachi Starks. Michael Williams. Jade Barron. Josh Simmons. Tyler Booker. Gray Zabel. Jahad Campbell. Donovan Zaraku. Nick Scouted. All right. So we're not entertaining any trade backs. This is the best player available. And there's some goddamn dogs on the board. Let me go ahead and reject these so we can get to the big board. Walter Nolan, Emeka Egbuka, James Pierce Jr., Jackson Dart, Omarion Hampton, Trey Amos. Oh my God. If the draft felt like this on Thursday and Adam Peters traded back, me and him might have to score up, bro. Me and Adam Peters might have to score up if he's talking about a trade back and the boy look like this at 29. Me and Adam Peters, that might be my first time ever questioning blue-eyed Adam Peters. Any draft that starts with a move back and we still get Henderson is likely to be an A draft. Thank you, George. I appreciate you, George. Your words mean a lot to me, George. Day one supporter. Man, I just feel we can go. It just feels, it feels great knowing we have a QB. I'm going to go ahead and translate that for you, Mike. You said you had a shot, so I get it. Appreciate these live mock draft Mondays, my boy. Nolan or Hampton. Pierce. Come on, Charles. You see the vision. CT, you see the vision. You know I like Nolan, George. You know I like Nolan. But James Pierce on the board. James Pierce is on the board. I think if he's there at 29, you got to take a chance on that athletic freak. I don't know if y'all familiar with James Pierce. Bro, he legit beats offensive tackles by running straight past him. No moves, just vibes. If he gets an inkling of a pass rush move, he might have a 20-sack season. He legit just realize just run by tackles to get sacks. He's that much of a freak. He don't even know how to play real football yet. He get coached up over here with Joe Witt. Man, we going Pierce here. James Pierce Jr., come on down. Pigging again at pick 61. This one should go by fast since we're not accumulating assets. Damn, Omarion Hampton goes off the board at 48. They must have saw him with a gas mask or something. So we've got our edge. Now it's time to address other needs. We can start trading back now. This trade ain't too enticing. The Cardinals are offering pick 78 and 2 future picks for pick 61 and pick 205. Not super enticing. I don't even feel like trading with a Cowboys, so we're going to reject it. We're going to go best player available. Caleb Johnson's on the board. TJ Sanders is on the board. Darius Alexander, Quinshawn Judkins, Marcus Mbu, Femi Oladejo. I think Darius Alexander is better than TJ Sanders, but you could talk me into going Marcus Mbu here. We don't have our running back, though. And I don't want to – you could talk me into Quinshawn Judkins. You could talk me into Quinshon Judkins. Not even gonna hold you. I don't think the gap between Quinshon Judkins and TreVeyon Henderson is that big. We going Mbo or Judkins right here? We going Mbo or Judkins right here? Judkins. Come on, we on the same wavelength, boys. We on the same wavelength, boys. Y'all spamming Judkins in the chat. It's Judkins. Boy, spamming Judkins in the chat. So you know I gotta give the people what they want. Quinshon Judkins, come on down. You're a commander. James Pierce and Quinshon Judkins. That might be a better first two picks than the one we just had. And y'all said that last draft was an A-, A+. Tell Ashburn to hire me, man. We got to get a petition. If I start a petition, get Adam to hire Stunner. Y'all gonna sign that joint? Get Adam to hire Stunner. Y'all gonna sign that joint? I don't love Caleb Johnson in this run in this scheme. Caleb Johnson is a stretch zone runner. He's somebody that needs to press holes, and there's place for that in the NFL. I just don't think it's in Cliff Kingsbury's system. Judkins. That's lit, man. Hey, did I came with my best bullshit for the finale, huh? I came with my best bullshit for the finale, huh, y'all? All right, we back on the board. Are we back on the board yet? All right, back on the board. Pick 128. We got our edge. We got our running back. Damian Martinez just went off the board. Don't matter to me. We got our running back. Oronde Gadsden just went off the board. Smell Mondon. Dante Thornton. Shit. So I'm looking at corner or receiver. Quincy Riley flew off the board, and we saw how wild the cornerback pool was looking. But I can't pass on Ty Felton. And I've heard the Commanders have liked Ty Felton a lot. I've heard it from a number of people. It's been reported on X, but I know I got my ear to the streets as well. I've heard the Commanders have shown a little bit of interest in Ty Felton, a lot of interest in Ty Felton. So I think that this can be realistic. So I'm gonna go ahead and draft Ty Felton. Come on down. James Pierce, Quinshon Judkins, Ty Felton. What we doing, y'all? What we doing? Talk to me. Y'all might see me do a backflip on stream. Felton. We on the same wavelength. We on the same wavelength. Come on, chat. I know y'all, chat. I know y'all. We on the same wavelength. We've done 8 of these. I know y'all. I know what y'all want. George, what I gotta do to get an A, George? What I gotta do to get an A, George? George like the boys that smell like bacon. I ain't got enough linemen for George. I know it. Guess what? We gonna get some project linemen for you right here, George. We going 17-0 with this draft. Talk to me. I'm gonna be boots on the ground for all of them. Come on, George. Tell me what I gotta do to get an A, George. What I gotta do to get an A? I got a 6th rounder and a 7th rounder. We need some linemen, George. Damn, I guess I haven't gotten corner. Jalen Smith. I ain't even gonna say what I feel about this cornerback group. We got Marvin on Diddy Duty. I ain't about to do my. Hey, we might just have to leave out this draft without a cornerback, bro. Like it might just have to be that. I don't even know these niggas. And I just spent the last 8 days off of work in the lab. I don't even know these niggas. That's Ryan Clarkson. I know that. Best players on the board: Jay Higgins, Keaton Crawford, Tonka Hemingway, Cody Lindenberg, Jeffrey Bossa. He'd be a nice, intriguing off-ball linebacker. We go Carson Vincent here. We go Carson Vincent here. We can do that. They charging $7 for box seats. Oh yeah, nah. That's why you gotta lock in a lower level. You gotta get with the people, CT. Man, I'm thinking about going Vincent here. Carson Vincent, come on down. I feel you, George. You know, I knew what you wanted, George. I knew what you wanted, George. We've been locked in this thing almost 4 years, George. I know you. I know the way you think. I knew you wanted them boys to smell like bacon. That at least moved me to an A- game. Got one more pick. I think I might go lineman again. Because Mill is 100% right. You got to protect the investment. You got to protect the investment. Boys, this is the last pick of Mock Draft Mondays. Y'all about to see a nigga cry on stream. The final pick of Mock Draft Mondays. We've got our lineman, but we could go Willie Lampkin here. We go Tyler Batty. Get us another, athletic project edge. Have we gotten a defensive tackle in this draft? We haven't gone tackle. Elijah Simmons, Tim Smith. Don't think we need to go tackle. Damn, this is sad. I'm getting sad. This is somber as fuck. But yeah, let's see. Who we going with? I'm gonna let the people pick. What's the final pick? What we going with the final pick? I see a Tyler Batty. I see a Craig Woodson. I see a safety. I see a kicker. Tyler is the best project. We doubling down on edge. That way, if James Pierce crash out like some people tell us he going to, we got a nice little project edge. How we going there? We're kickers. Streets talking about kicker. We're kicker on the board. Streets talking about kicker. Tyrion Ingram. I see NASCAR with Batty, Pierce, and Louisville. Street saying Batty. I'm liking Batty. We had a couple votes for Tyrion Ingram, but I think Batty edged him out a little bit. I think Batty edged him out just a bit. So we're going to go ahead and go Tyler Batty as the final pick of the Bleeding Me and G Mock Draft Monday series for the 2025 year. Thank y'all for the support. We're going to see how the draft finishes out. Go ahead and look at my picks. Shift Command 3. Damn, I was trying to get it vertically like the other one. I was slow at the wheel. I was sleeping at the wheel. Shift Command 3. We're going to post that one on social media as well. What y'all say? What was y'all in the chat talking about? We not drafting the kicker with 5 picks. Yeah, if we have 5 picks, I feel you. If we got 5 picks, we not drafting the kicker. I feel Mill on that. 2A. Shout out to you, man. I tried. Hey, 2 A's. I feel it. I thank you. I feel the love. I feel the love. And we doing damn good numbers in the chat too. Thank y'all for the turnout for the finale of Mock Draft Monday. Thank y'all that have not missed the Mock Draft Monday. We done 8 of these over the course of over 2 months. Got a lot of support. I was scared doing these streams. I did one stream ever on YouTube before these Mock Draft Monday streams, and I don't think I could have did it without y'all. I don't think I could have did it without y'all. Y'all interacting. We even took a week where y'all made the picks. I think my subscriber base has grown. And I've gotten outside my comfort zone. I don't really like live content like that. I like editing my stuff. That's what I went to school for. But nah, yeah, man. This is it. Even though this will do it for our Mock Draft Monday streams, remember tonight on Rio Robinson channel, y'all know Rio Robinson. The group chat is recording their War Room mock draft for Washington at pick 29. We're doing all 7 rounds, actually. We're doing all 7 rounds. And then on Wednesday, Stunning Rio doing their annual mock draft where we're projecting all 32 picks in the first round of the 2025 draft. Super excited. Super excited. And yeah, I need to hurry up and get out of here because I need to go join them boys in the war room in a couple of minutes. So make sure y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend. Join us in the war room next year. Check in with the channel. Y'all know we're going to do content on the. We're going to do a video on every pick, but emergency pod on Thursday if we do make a pick. If we trade back, check out the channel for that. A recap of all the picks that we make on Friday and Saturday. Because the grind don't stop over here. So go ahead, tell a friend, subscribe to Bleeding BNG. I appreciate y'all holding me down. And I'll check y'all on the flip side. It's draft season. I hope y'all are as excited as me. I know I'm a little somber right now, but we lit. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.